And I am live. Welcome to another episode of Mondays with Miko, Miko for Mayor edition. And I am so grateful for you guys for jumping on today. I have some wonderful friends that are in the green room. So I'm excited about this show. I've been waiting and waiting for this show. So you probably noticed, well, one, if you are watching me, can you please share? You can like, you can share. We want this to be as conversational as we could possibly make it, right? So drop your comments in. And again, when you get this, like it, share it to as many platforms as you have available. So I am so excited again to have the folks on the line with me that I have today because, you guys know I'm running for Mayor of Mullins. It's been just a tremendous time getting to know people that I don't know, kind of connecting with people that I see on the streets, and they're like, "Oh, I know you." Oh my goodness, I've been meeting people that know my work, but they've never met me in person, and all we could do is hug each other. It's just so awesome. So, and my signs are going up. I appreciate all the love and support that is out there, and I know it's because we're stronger together. And I hope you guys can see that's what I'm trying to represent. Mullins, let's go. Now, before I get started, let me explain what's going on. So, where I'm at, because I'm not in my normal studio. This would be nice, right? But this ain't my studio. Um, Unfortunately, one of my best friends, her brother passed away yesterday unexpectedly. So I got in the car and I drove to I'm in Spartanburg and helping her kind of get some things in order. But I was not going to miss Mondays with Mika. Had to get on with my peeps, okay? Um, and sadly, yesterday, I woke up this morning to some horrible news, and that news was yesterday off Church Street. Somebody who's near and dear to our family was shot in their car in Mullins. It's my understanding that this young man, he was only 17 years old, that he is in critical condition. His name is Zai, um, actually Zycavius, and they call him Zai. So I want to put it out there because everybody who's listening, you're a praying person, please pray for Zai, pray for the family. Those of you that know the family, you know they're a wonderful family. My daughter-in-law works with him. They're very close, and we're a close-knit community. And we cannot stand for any kind of gun violence in our neighborhoods. So, we're going to work on this together as a community. It is very heartbreaking, Chucky. Hello, we're going to work on this together as a community, right? But it's going to take community. It's going to take all of us to do it together. And for those of you that have come to me, I've talked to mothers and have said that you guys, mothers and grandmothers that are afraid for their children, their young men and women that live in Mullins. I promise you that we will work together on a solution. We will work together. It will be a priority of my when I'm mayor. It's definitely going to be a priority. So please, y'all, pray for Zai and Zai's family. And the other thing I did want to report, let me go ahead and bring this up. Um, Here it is. Put this on the screen. So last week I talked to you guys about, I've been excited about the food hub in Mullins for quite some time, having it at the old football field. And I do want to say that the city council in Mullins did not support it. They did not support it. So we will not have the food hub at the old football field, okay? And I did want to say thank those city council members who did support it and vote for it. And that is the fabulous Councilwoman Terry Davis, as well as Mayo Christian Phillips. So thank you guys both so much for your support. And also the mayor was unable to vote because he has a perceived conflict. So it did not go through, y'all. So the foundation is taking some things under advisement. They're talking to some people, and then we'll figure out what's next. But we may not be in a beautiful new building, but we're still doing what we do in a community. Last week, Pick 42 Foundation, because I'm on sabbatical, I wasn't there, Well, I was there. I drove by. I dropped in just to see the team. But we fed 268 families in Marlboro County. This week, there's going to be an event, I believe. Keep checking on the Pick 42 Foundation page at the Big Green Lawn in Mullins. Well, it was now called the Old Brick Square Multi-Use Park. Let me get it right. But there will be an event there, and Care South. I think Care South was going to be there, but you know what? I'm on sabbatical. I don't know. Follow Pick 42 Foundation website. Just know that we're going to be in Marion County and Dillon County coming up soon. I think the Dillon County flyer is already posted, and all of this is in response to the tropical storm Debbie. So, just want to let the community know that Pick 42 Foundation is there when we have a need. Okay. So, couple things. I'm gonna bring this back up again. I'm doing a little double duty, y'all. Oh, I hate to see that picture. All right, so this right here. This is the Old Brick Square Multi-Use Park and Marketplace, right? So there was a meeting last week at City Hall, and it was the CDBG, the Community Development Block Grant. The woman who works on the grants, she came to Mullins to find out what we needed. And y'all, it was so wonderful because we had a decent sized turnout at the meeting. In order to move our community forward, we're going to need to do more of that. And so we talked about the community needs, and there's a survey. So if you have an issue in your community, let me take this off for a second. All right, give me a second, because I'm going to get a little closer. If you have an issue in your community, in your neighborhood, I'm talking to the people in the City of Mullins, and I know you do because you guys are talking to me about what your issues are, then you need to go down to City Hall and ask for a survey. And I need you guys to complete that survey. Okay, so please, please, please. The deadlines to turn in the survey is September 12th. Because this is what happens, y'all. So this beautiful park, right? Let me put this back up again. This beautiful park right here, okay, that, is funded by grant money. It's a combination of public, private funds. Our delegation has been, as my understanding, has been very helpful in getting that put together. Some foundations have been very helpful in getting that put together. The state has been helpful in getting that put together. We can get beautiful things in our community, but the folks that are writing the checks, that are approving these projects, they need to know that there's community support. So I'm gonna go back a little bit just for real quick, right? Because I'm gonna say, although this food hub, to move it to the football field that's between Park and Academy, did not get approved by the city council. Only 2 members approved it, but we had community support. So y'all rocked. Y'all showed up at those meetings. So I just wanted to give that to you guys. But this right here, in order for us to have more, and it's going to have public bathrooms in there. It's going to be a sound stage, farmers market, playground, walking tracks. All of that is coming to Mullins. But I looked at the woman's face as she was taking the surveys, and I think she was impressed that we actually showed up. We're going to need to do that. We're going to need to continue. So when I'm mayor, I'm going to need y'all support. I'm not going to ask y'all to come to a meeting every day, every week. But when it's time to come, we got to show up. When it's time to fill out the surveys, we have to show up. And I promise you, we'll be stronger together. I promise you, we will see our city grow and be beautiful. Yes, Bree, that park is so needed, and so much more. Lights, sidewalks, all of that is needed. Okay. All right. Let me just. I have my little note card here. So that was great. So September 12th, if you guys can make your way down to the city hall and ask Ronette to give you a survey, fill out the survey, and let them know what you want in your community. Okay. And then we'll try to see how we can get those things funded. Streetery. So what you're looking at right here, let me get a bigger picture for y'all. This is the Vineyard Streetery. So if you're with me, if you can say streetery, because I have to keep practicing the word Vineyard Streetery. So this is a rendition of what the on Park and Laurel will look like, right? And at Park and Laurel, this is also where we talked about it at the it was discussed at the meeting that was last week at City Hall where they had for community input. And also, it's my understanding that that is where there are going to be electronic vehicle charging stations. Next week, I have two of my sons that are going to be coming on to talk about their experience. They just went electric. One son is completely electric, another son is hybrid. So there's more to come. Um, the walkability plan. So what the walkability plan is in my role as executive director for Pick 42 Foundation, I have relationships with organizations, public and private organizations all across the state. And one of those relationships that I treasure dearly is a relationship with Clemson. So Clemson came to Mullins and they did a walkability plan for $0. And they committed to helping us to find the grant money that we need to put that walkability plan to life. So you may say, Miko, what's in a walkability plan? What's in a walkability plan is things like sidewalks. Okay, so this is what I need y'all to do. When you're outside of the city limit of Mullins and you're driving around Florence or other communities, check out the neighborhoods. Sidewalks make a tremendous difference. If we want to be able to walk, for me, it's my grandkids, your kids, want to be able to walk from this part of town to that part of town, it's not safe to walk in the streets. We need sidewalks in our communities. And it just makes the neighborhoods look better too when you have sidewalks. So very important thing. Sidewalks, abandoned railroad tracks. So we've been talking about tearing down the abandoned buildings, right? Well, abandoned railroad tracks are just as much as an eyesore. So if you look at Smith Haven Park, there's a railroad track, there's no train. Imagine if that was a bike trail and a walking trail. It's already set up for it. And there are railroad tracks because it's my understanding, when we were heavy industrial, they would connect and bring the goods. So the railroad tracks are already connecting all sides of our community. So the ones that aren't being used, the walkability plan would leverage that. It will put lights on our street and not ugly lights, beautiful lights, light up our street, right? So it's not so dark in our communities at night. So that is a very important thing that's going to be coming. And again, during the campaign, I told you I'm going to share these things that I've been working on with the city. I don't miss a meeting. I have not missed a city hall meeting, whether I was there in person or I watched it online. And when I watch it, if I have a question, I'm calling somebody, right? So when I become mayor, which I have every intention to do, I'm not starting from ground zero because I've been there, right? I've been there. Um, so how can we have a walkability plan in the city of Mullins, you may say, right? Because sometimes when you walk around, you see stray animals, a lot of them. And, I don't know about you guys, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. If I'm on my bike and I see a stray, I'm turning around the other way. So this is when my friends are going to come in. I call them my Sheroes. Okay. So if you can help me as I bring to the stage my friends, April, Angel, and Lisa.
Hey.
Hey, ladies. Well, I'm so happy to have you here today. Can you guys start? Let's start with April. April, can you, each one of you, say who you are and what's your passion?
I am April Butler. I have lived in Mullins, South Carolina for 42 years. I was born and raised here. And I'm a nurse, but my passion is helping dogs and cats that can't help themselves.
Awesome. Lisa?
I'm Lisa. And I am from Baltimore, Maryland, moved here about 5 years ago and got involved in animal rescue. My passion is animals.
Awesome. And last but not least,
I'm
Angel.
Angel Hill. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Been here
5 years.
5 years. um, Passion is animal welfare and what we can do to make it better for the people and animals.
Okay, well, one, I thank you for what you do. So let's just go ahead and start there. When we've been talking, because one of the first people I wanted to reach out to was you guys, right? When it came down to a walkability plan, I'm like, I know what you do. I just didn't know to the volume of what you do. Can you talk to us? Because one of you, tell us about how many strays that you guys pull off of the streets in Mullins.
Um, well, we were two separate groups, and we came together about 17 months ago, and we formed a bigger group. There's only 5 of us, but in 17 months, out of Marion County and surrounding areas, we have saved 580 off the streets, and out of
580. Wow.
the Mullins area, 101 of those.
And
So
only,
it's
101, and only 4 were reclaimed by the owners. Only 4
wow.
were reclaimed.
Okay. So let's talk about that. So, and I'm gonna just stick with the Mullins area. So over 100 have been rescued. And can you talk to me about what does rescued? And you said only 4 were reclaimed. So can you talk? What does that mean? What does rescued mean? And what does the reclaim process like?
Rescue is basically an animal that is running at large, doesn't have an apparent owner, stray dog, stray cat. Yeah. Sometimes its owner surrenders if they can no longer care for their pet. What we do is we take them in, we get them healthy, get them friendly, and then we usually send them up north to bigger rescues where they can get adopted out.
Okay. Okay. And then when you say 4 were, you said claimed, that means that my dog is lost. But would
Yep.
that have meant that they didn't have a collar on their dog or no way of identifying them? Or did they get rescued even if they have a collar?
Let me say something.
Yeah.
So every time we save an animal off the street, we post them on our web page on Facebook, and we say, "Is this your dog?" There's generally a 5-day stray hold in South Carolina, so people will either say, "Oh, that's my dog. That's my dog." Some of them have microchips. That's how we find out who the owners are. We scan them as soon as they come into our facility here, and that's how they find us or find their dogs, and that's how they get back to their owners.
Okay. So, and again, the name of the organization, guys, is Marion County Friends and Volunteers Animal Rescue. And they have 2 Facebook pages, Animal Advocates of Marion County, South Carolina, and Friends and Volunteers of Marion County. So, when if it had not been for the rescue of those animals, I imagine that the problem could have gotten a lot worse, right? Because if they were out, they would have continued to have more puppies.
Yep.
More kittens.
Well,
We have
let's talk.
a program, so we help with that in the area too. It's a low cost.
What's that? Can you say that again?
We have a low cost spay and neuter program in Marion County.
Okay, can you talk to us about that? How's that work?
So we have on our webpage, you can fill out your job form, and we have a low cost spay and neuter program. We load up once a month and take all the animals to Winnebago, North Carolina, to our vets, and we do about between 50 and 100 a month animals out of Marion County. Fix the cats,
And
the dogs. We do take on surrounding areas, Dillon County, some Horry County, but a majority of them are Marion County.
Okay. And how are you guys funded? I mean, so you said it's only 5 of you. I mean, if I did the math, just in the Mullins area, 100 strays, that's a lot of work.
We have a lot of supporters. We have links on our page where you can click to donate. We've had a few grants to help with spay and neuter. the spay and neuter program, there is a cost, and we charge what the cost the vet charges us, but we take their animals there. But with if we have a grant for spay and neuter, it's half price. Like right now, we have a grant for, I think it's like 40 animals, so the people only paying half the price.
Okay, and so some people may not know because puppies are cute, aren't they? They're just so cute.
Oh, all right.
What's the benefit? Like why spray and noodle?
Let you go.
Spay and neuter, a lot of the times, they're cute little puppies, but as they get older, some of the hormones kick in, so that means some of the aggression kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
Health-wise benefits, it keeps them from having cancers long-term, like a lot of the male dogs will get testicular and prostate cancer. Female dogs will get a lot of memory tumors, the breast cancer, and then overall it's healthier for the animal and healthier for the public. Because you have an unneutered male dog out there going after somebody, I mean, it's all hormones, aggression that could have been deterred a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Man's best friend. It just kind of I get you. So we have the 101 strays 100 plus strays that you guys have had get off the streets, and then there's some other number of pets, because there's strays and there's pets. The pets are the ones that you help them get them spayed and neutered, right?
Right. Yeah. But we also, the ones we bring into our rescue, everybody gets fixed. There is a feral street dog colony. They're semi-feral dogs. We're working on getting them. There's still a few left. We have nowhere to put them right now. So we're going to be still out in Mullins trying to trap them here soon. But when we bring them in the streets, they're going to come in with heartworms because they're not on prevention. So that cost us $800 a dog.
Wow.
And we hold them for 60 days for recovery after the treatment. So we're kind of full right now. So we can't be on the streets helping with the rest right now till these are all better and moved on.
Okay, because I tell you, even before I was running for mayor, I would get calls and people would say, my kid is on the corner taking a bus that, because it's going to get dark soon, right? Come October, it's going to be dark at 7:00, right? So, they said the strays are out there. So what can someone do if they see a stray that's in their neighborhood?
A lot of the time, how you are towards the dog has a lot to do with it. If you see a stray dog and it's barking at you, a lot of times if you ignore it, it'll just leave you alone. It'll go on about its business. But if you have a dog that's coming at you, you have to be assertive. Don't look at it in the eyes. Yell at it. Go home. And please do not run because they will chase you.
Mm-hmm.
Some other things you can do, you can carry a really loud whistle, an air horn, because that'll scare them off. One thing that we found, if you carry an umbrella with you instead of a big stick, if the dog charges at you, open up the umbrella. Sometimes it'll scare them off, but it also provides a barrier between you and the dog so the dog can't get to you.
Oh, okay. And if it starts to rain, you got protection.
Right.
Right.
But I like that idea because as people are driving through town, if you see people walking with sticks, you may think, hey, why they got sticks? But if you see people walking with an umbrella, you think, hey, they're just trying to be cautious. It must be going to rain.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, you guys treat cats differently, right? What do you do differently for cats?
Well, with feral cats, a lot of the times, that's a cat that has not had human contact, and usually cannot be rehabilitated. They're happy living on the streets. But what we do is you trap the cat, you spay and neuter them, do all their vaccines so that way they're not spreading parasites around. Yep, and tip their ear. If you ever see a cat with the left part of their ear missing,
yeah,
the very tip of it, that's a feral cat. It's been fixed. It's been vaccinated. It's not going to cause you any harm.
So you don't have to pick that cat back up because it's already been dealt with.
But if you take a feral cat out of an area that they're used to living in and put them, just say you go and trap 10 cats and say, well, I've got a cat colony. Let's put them there. You put them there. More than likely, the cats that are already there are going to kick them out or kill them.
Oh, wow.
So if you catch a feral cat, you have to put them back to the area that they're used to.
Okay. Okay, so if you're just joining, guys, I am on with Marion County Friends and Volunteers Animal Rescue. These ladies are amazing. I've been reaching out to them over the years, right? Really,
Yeah.
Yep.
we've been talking for a while because it just comes up. And so, really, what I want to do, and the reason why I thought it was important to have you guys on early in my getting the word out is because I want to get people to understand that we want to have a walkability plan, and we can't walk our streets and be safe in our streets without these ladies. And the other two that are not seen, they're behind the scenes, I'm told. Um, but they just do wonderful work. You guys do wonderful work. And is your car unmarked? Like, how do we know? Like, if somebody see you on the street, how do they know to say, "What's up? Thank you."
Well, soon we will have our transport van and it will have our name huge on it. But we can't find one. We're working on that. We have the funds. We just can't find it. We're still looking. But we're just in our regular cars right now, so you won't be able to know yet.
Well, we gotta change that. You guys need to be a household name for real.
Oh,
I mean,
thank you.
what you all do is just amazing. And so, if you want to support them, please go to the Facebook page. Even if you don't have the finances to support them financially right now, you can go to the Facebook page, follow them on Facebook. They post the cutest and the saddest pictures. You guys are like on both sides.
Yeah, we up and down people.
Yes, yes. So some cute pictures and some really sad pictures. But so two Facebook pages: Animal Advocates of Marion County SC and Friends and Family of Marion County. And I tell you, the City of Mullins, I personally appreciate you. I spread just how wonderful you guys are as heroes. And I do not want this to be our last conversation in
Absolutely.
public.
I do have one more thing to add.
Please.
You have a dog that is a repeat offender. That means it's the dog that is in a certain area and it keeps running after you, chasing you, and you're scared. You can contact one of us, or you can you can call the City of Mullins and let them know what's going on so that way they can dispatch animal control just to see what the situation is. Maybe it's an owner that just needs to keep their dog contained. It might be a stray that just needs to be picked up and rehabbed, rehomed, everything we do, rescued.
Yes. And you know what? That's exactly what I do, because I'm a property manager in town. So when I see strays, because it's going to stop me from being able to, I had some strays that stopped me from getting into the house. they
Yeah.
was like, we own this. I'm like, no, you don't.
They moved in, right?
You better get
That
on
part,
girl.
that part. So I did. I called that number. Eddie came right on out, and he handled business and took care of it. So, ladies, do you have any closing things to say to the community?
I do. I just we couldn't do this without all of our supporters and the people in the community, and also, I mean, the shelter.
We
have
work
to
with them.
work with the shelter.
Shout out to Bree.
Yeah, shout out to Bree, the
She's
shelter.
doing her thing.
She is doing her thing.
Listen, could we talk for a second about the storm? That was
Yeah.
amazing.
We were there with them. It was a rough.
Yeah, it was
That was
scary.
scary.
That was scary. But pulled all together, and
The animals all made it out.
I mean, they did their thing up there, and I mean, we helped them some. We're gonna continue to try to help them and support them how we can. You know, I'm getting older, so sister can't be doing all that physical cleaning and stuff.
Look, we're
Boy, she's old.
she's old. No, but we are stronger together, right?
Yes.
That means young and old, right?
That's right.
So you guys know the process. Y'all got the paperwork, and I want to make a commitment to her. Bree says, "I'm saying with Bree. You gotta put that up there. That's hilarious."
We still love you,
Bye,
baby.
girl. Love you, Bree.
Back at you, girl.
Oh my goodness! But look, we're gonna work together to figure out a way when I'm mayor to get the funding, right? Because you guys are a critical part of our city, our walkability plan, the just making it a happy, fun place for our kids to be able to walk and enjoy and be safe and go to the bus and get in the playgrounds and all those things that we know we want to be able to do, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Well,
And
I
I want
thank
a
you.
bike. I've been wanting a bike.
Yes, I love biking. That's my thing.
That's
But
my thing.
here's the thing. I can only bike a certain path because I know where the strays are, right?
Right.
But we get those bike paths in, we get the walkability plan in, we get you guys the funding that you need, and then we can all be one big happy family.
Heck yeah,
That's
girl.
right.
We'll bike together.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
don't think I can bike,
You
but
can bike, girl. You're younger than me. You can bike.
Oh, you can bike. You can
Yeah,
bike. Did you bike as a child?
yeah, but I got a bad back.
you can still bike.
Oh. But you know what? I have bad knees. My dad did tell me before he passed away, he says, Miko, when all this is done, you need to get your knees fixed. But let me tell you, I can ride my bike. I can't do stairs. I can walk and I can ride my bike.
There you go.
Ain't that interesting? All right, guys. I thank you so much for coming, and we will be talking very soon, okay?
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
So, man, I love them. And every conversation is just like that. I hope you guys can see how critical, let me just take this down real quick, how critical everybody is to the work we do in our community, right? Again, as mayor, I look at my job as just to connect people. Their nonprofit, other nonprofits, we're all working together in this. And I'm so excited about the opportunities for our city. That's why I'm running for mayor. So there's a couple of things I wanted to close with. Let me find it. One is you got to check your voter registration. I'm talking to a lot of folks that want to vote for me, and I need your vote. I am asking you directly for your vote because we can't do the things that we want to do. We can't continue the legacy of Robert L. Woodbury and all the great things that he's established for us, that he's set us up, right? It's like Robert L. Woodbury said, okay, he spent 4 years getting funding, doubling the revenue of the city, building morale in the staff, bringing these programs to place. He just needs us to make sure we can knock that ball out the park, okay? So, but I need your vote. So please check your voter registration. If you do not have, see if I can put my number up there. Oh, it'll be up here in a second. Where's it at? Don't have it, but it's 843-350-2570. I do have voter registration forms that I can provide you. You can get voter registration forms from different places. You can go to Pick 42 Foundation, get a voter registration form. You can go, if you're in Marion, you can go to the Marion County office and get a voter registration form. Let's make sure that your address is correct. We don't want to find that out on election day. And if you have a question, call me. I will help. 843-350-2570. I can look it up, okay? Another thing is save the date. We're going to be having a Friends of Miko Pickett block party on September 7th. And we have already booked one act. We're going to have some performers. We're going to have free food. We're going to have bouncy house. And I will be there mingling with the crowd. We're going to have an opportunity to tell you guys about my platform, meet some people in person that I haven't met just yet. So that's September 7th. Save the date. It's going to be at Mount Carmel Baptist Church in Mullins. All right. So that's all for now. I thank you guys again for tuning in. And if you're watched on replay, I thank you so much for watching. And you can still share, even if you're watching on replay. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I will see you guys next Monday. Same time. This time I'm going to have my 2 oldest sons with me. So you're going to get to meet Dominic Pickett and Dwayne Pickett. Bye-bye.